Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakudash, the bonds to our apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect that are pushing this truth and sincerity. Throughout for what y'all do, we love you. We appreciate you through the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Shalom to y'all. All right, this is your brother Dawad from the Great Millstone Camp in Atlanta. We're willing to give you an edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. Right, who the world ignorantly calls God. His name is Yahweh, meaning he is or he exists or he to be. Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. His name is Yahweh Shai, meaning he is the Savior or he is the deliverer or he saves, he delivers. If you're watching this now and you are a so-called Black, Native American, or Latino man or woman, then you are a Hebrew Israelite according to the Holy Bible, okay? You will not find Black, Native American, or Latino in the Bible, so you need to know who you are according to the Bible, because a certain people in the Bible is promised the glory, the covenant, kingdom, and salvation. All right, now, if you don't look like a so-called Black, Native American, or Latino, but you feel like this is the truth and it resonates with your spirit, well, then there's a good possibility you could be a Hebrew Israelite as well. It does not matter what you look like. It does not matter what color your skin is. It only matters that your bloodline goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, Jacob had his name later on changed to Israel. Israel in the Hebrew is Yasharallah, meaning he is a prince of the power. All right, so we read First Kings. Oh, now we're in Second Kings, which we've read the first chapter about Ahaziah. All right, meeting Elijah. Yeah, Ahaziah's messengers meet Elijah, and remember what happened then. So let's continue on. All right, so subtitle reads Elijah taken to heaven. Okay, it says, and it came to pass when the Lord would take up Elijah into heaven by a whirlwind. So now that whirlwind is a chariot, right? Marakaba, which means chariot. All right. So Marakaba in the Hebrew is chariot. Or chariot in the Hebrew is Marakaba. Right. So that's what you call UFO. All right. So when you let me see. Let's get Acts really quick. Acts chapter 1 and verse 6. Verse 7. Right there, look, see the ascension. Acts 1 and 9. And when he had spoken these things, this is Yahweh Shai speaking to the disciples. It says, while they beheld, he was taken up. So right in the middle of them speaking to him, he's taken up by a chariot, Marakaba. And a cloud received him out of their sight. Right. Because in the Bible, what you call UFOs, the chariots, the Marakaba, or Marakaba Yum, right? Because that's plural. That would be, that's how these men were taken up. Yahweh Shai. These are what you call UFOs. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, cloud received them out of their sight. So that's that whirlwind. It says, and while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel, right? Two angels, right? Which also said, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahweh Shai, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. So let's prove that he's gonna come back in like manner that he left. All right. It says the revelation of Yahweh Shai Mashiach. It says let me see, verse 7. Revelation chapter 1, verse 7 says, behold, he cometh with clouds. These clouds are the Marakabim. Marakaba Yum, right? Or just Marakaba. Let's keep it sweet. Because this is that's not going to be in Hebrew. It says, and every eye shall see him. So he's going to have the largest chariot. Like the movie Independence Day, that was the biggest ship. All right, that was the father ship. And every eye shall see him. See, behold, he cometh with clouds. So the same way he left, he's coming back. Behold, he cometh with clouds. Now it says a cloud received him, right? So there you go. That's the chariot. All right. Back in Second Kings, chapter 2. All right. It says, and it came to pass when the Lord would take up Elijah into heaven by a whirlwind, a chariot, Marakaba, that Elijah went with Elisha from Gilgal. And Elijah said unto Elisha, tarry here, I pray thee, for the Lord hath sent me to Bethel. And Elisha said unto him, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. So they went down to Bethel. And the sons of the prophets that were at Bethel came forth to Elisha and said unto him, knowest thou that the Lord will take away thy master from thy head today? And he said, yeah, I know it. Hold ye your peace. Right, and because he don't want to hear that, man. It says, and Elijah said unto him, Elisha, tarry here, I pray thee, for the Lord hath sent me to Jericho. And he said, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. So they came to Jericho. And the sons of the prophets that were at Jericho came to Elisha and said unto him, knowest thou that the Lord will take away thy master from thy head today? And he answered, yea, I know it. Hold ye your peace. And Elijah said unto him, tarry, I pray thee, here, for the Lord hath sent me to Jordan. And he said, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. And they two went on. And 50 men of the sons of the prophets went and stood to view afar off, and they too stood by Jordan. And Elijah took his mantle and wrapped it together and smote the waters, and they were divided hither and thither, so that they too went over on dry ground. And so he parted the waters like Moses did. It says, and it came to pass when they were gone over that Elijah said unto Elisha, ask what I shall do for thee before Salakia been working all day. It says, before I be taken away from thee. And Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me. And he said, thou hast asked a hard thing. Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, it shall be so unto thee. But if not, it shall not be so. And it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that, behold, there appeared a chariot of fire. See, the Marakaba. Chariot of fire. Let's see what that word for chariot there. Right here it says Rakab. Okay, so this, they don't have it right. I don't know if that's, let me see. Chariot. Rakab. That's supposed to be Hebrew, but they don't have it the right way. It says, so it says, and it came to pass as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire. So those are the vehicles of the Lord. That's the chariots are the vehicles of the Lord. And horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. You see? So, that's these spinning rolls and whatnot, these flying saucers that people say in movies, and you hear people say, make an account of and whatnot. That's why it's a whirlwind. See? Yeah, they see spinning lights, bright lights in the sky and whatnot, dancing lights. These types of, things people say when they see these chariots, UFOs, spaceships. That's what Elijah's being taken up. So it says he went up into heaven. It says, and Elisha saw it, and he cried, my father, the chariot of Israel, and the horsemen thereof. And he saw him. It says, and he saw him no more. And he took hold of his own clothes and rent them in two pieces. He took up also the mantle of Elijah that fell from him, and went back and stood by the bank of Jordan. And he took the mantle of Elijah that fell from him, and smote the waters, and said, where is the Lord got power of Elijah? And when he also had smitten the waters, they parted hither and thither, and Elisha went over. Yeah, so now he parted the sea. You see, bro's gonna receive spiritual powers, man. You see, Elisha succeeds Elijah. And when the sons of the prophets which were to view at Jericho saw him, they said, The spirit of Elijah doth rest in Elisha. And they came to meet him and bowed themselves to the ground before him. And they said unto him, Behold, now there be with thy servants 50 strong men. Let them go, we pray thee, and seek thy master, lest peradventure the Spirit of the Lord hath taken him up and cast him upon some mountain or into some valley. And he said, Ye shall not send. Yeah, because he's with the Lord. It says, and when they urged him till he was ashamed, he said, Send. They sent therefore 50 men, and they sought 3 days, but found him not. And when they came again to him, for he tarried at Jericho, he said unto them, Did I not say unto you, Go not? And the men of the city said unto Elisha, Behold, I pray thee, the situation of the city is pleasant, as my Lord seeth, but the water is not, and the ground is barren. And he said, Bring me a new cruse, and put salt therein. And they brought it to him. And he went forth unto the spring of the waters, and cast the salt in there, and said, Thus said the Lord, I have healed these waters. There shall not be from thence any more death or barren land. So the waters were healed unto this day, according to the saying of Elisha, which he spake. And he went up from thence unto Bethel. And as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city, and mocked him, and said unto him, Go up, thou bald head, go up, thou bald head. And he turned back and looked on them, and cursed them in the name of the Lord. And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood, and tear 40 and 2 children of them. And he went from thence to Mount Carmel, and from thence he returned to Samaria. But yeah, I gotta leave. But Lord, when you was edified, I want to end it off by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakakadash, the honest apostles, the elders of the great most that rule well. Peace and blessings, hope for elect, and shalom.